What's going on, you guys? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into another video. For today's video, I want to talk about 5 reverse retros that I think are underrated. Now, this is from the second reverse retro series. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on 5 that I think is underrated. But before we do that, I want to talk about a few that you guys have suggested. I made a post over on my Instagram. If you guys do not follow me on Instagram, go do so. I'm going to be doing a lot of content like this, getting your guys' feedback, and then making a video based on that feedback. So I asked you guys in one of my stories on giving me some underrated jerseys from the Reverse Retro 2 series, and you guys did. Now I'm going to tell you guys some of what they said, and then I'm going to give you guys my 5 underrated jerseys. Okay, so you guys said a lot of things here. I got it pulled up here on my phone. I can quickly read it. I'll show the results on the screen here too. We got a lot of different variations here. We got some people saying Pittsburgh. Seems like Pittsburgh's one people think's underrated. We got Colorado, Vancouver, Winnipeg. We got the Ducks, Philly, Bolts, Sabres. So many teams here. Looks like quite a few people actually saying the Habs, which is very interesting. We got some more Calgary, Nashville, Dallas, the Jackets, the Blue Jackets. That's a good shout. We got Seattle, Florida, and the Habs. We got the Devils, the Blues, Leafs, Colorado, Detroit, which is bold. We got the Blue Jackets, another Detroit, Florida, New Jersey, Dallas, Columbus. We got lots here. Now, what's hard about this is deciding what makes a jersey underrated. In my opinion, a jersey that's underrated is one that a lot of people aren't talking about as being one they like. A lot of people seem to dislike it, but I think the reasoning for them disliking it isn't fair. We've seen some people put Florida, and I don't think Florida you could classify as underrated because Florida's up there on a lot of people's list as the top reverse retro 2, so I can't classify that as underrated because it's so highly rated for a lot of people. So I took into account what a lot of people have been saying. I tried to gather some information and I made my top 5 list here. I feel like all of these jerseys in my top 5 here are not super high up on people's lists. Some people may have them super high, but I feel like most of these are kind of middle of the pack, maybe lower of the pack, and they definitely don't deserve to be there. That's why they're underrated in my opinion. So let's get into it. So to start off with my first reverse retro that I think is underrated, and that's the Dallas Stars. I think this one's an obvious one. I did mention it when I went to review the reverse retros that I thought Dallas was heavily underrated, and I still stand by that opinion. I think this jersey is absolutely gorgeous. I think the black and the green work so good together, especially because it's got that outlined like white or silver stripe, which just is a great separation between the black and the green and allows it to just be so bold and vibrant. I think it looks fantastic. The logo up close has that silvery material that like Vegas uses in their gold, and it looks so good. This is actually a reverse retro that if it doesn't sell out in a few months, I would love to snag, and I feel like because it's so underrated, it probably is one I could pick up down the line. Number 2, this one I might get some hate on. I'm kind of reaching a little bit, but it is the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, this might be surprising to some people. I think this jersey, the only reason, in my opinion, this jersey's bad is because of the logo. I like text logos, but this one just isn't it. It's just too plain. I think the striping and all is super cool. You know, they're a team that looked back at their jersey history, saw a jersey with tons of striping, and they're just like, you know what? Let's bring this back, which I give them mad respect for. They could have played it safe, could have went with a different kind of design, but no, they went with something that's definitely out there. As far as the logo goes, the logo's the only downside in my opinion. If they put the actual Hawks logo on there, way better. But all in all, this jersey, in my opinion, does not deserve to be ranked dead last, which a lot of people have it. I don't think it's like top of the list by any means, but it's definitely underrated in the fact that I don't think it should be at the very bottom like a lot of people have it. I think it's got some potential. I think when we see it on the ice, people are going to change their mind a little bit. Maybe still not with the logo, but they might think, hey, you know what? This actually doesn't look that bad. And number 3, I got the Montreal Canadiens. I think this jersey is absolutely gorgeous. Some people do have it ranked like middle of the pack, which is fine. I know that. But I think this thing deserves to be up there, man. This is one of the better reverse retro 2s. I think this thing's gorgeous. I think having all blue around the jersey except the logo allows that red logo to just pop. And it looks so good. This is definitely underrated. Coming in number 4, just like last year, is the Nashville Predators. Again, I think they have an underrated jersey. I know a lot of people wanted them to go navy because I believe the original one was that mustard yellow color, but they decided to use their current yellow color with this design, which all in all isn't terrible. I think the design itself is nice. I like the logo a lot. I love the logo on this. I think this is a jersey that, all said and done, once people have bought the reverse retros, you can't buy anymore from retailers. This is going to be one that some people look back and are like, damn, I should have got this in my collection. This one's a sleeper as well. Next up, we got the Winnipeg Jets, last but not least here. I think this reverse retro is gorgeous as well. I think using the 2 shades of blue is fantastic. It's something I've done a lot in concepts when I've created concepts for Winnipeg. So to actually see it used here is so cool. I think it looks fantastic. It's definitely up there as one of the better ones in my opinion. And because it's not flashy, I feel like it doesn't get ranked up higher. It's not something that's so crazy and so unique that it seems to fall down people's list because of that, but it's so clean and so simple, and it just works so good that it definitely deserves to be up higher. But there you guys have it. That is 5 underrated jerseys in my opinion from the Reverse Retro 2 series. Of course, let me know down in the comments your guys' 5. I'm always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say. Let's start some conversation down there. Make sure to subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.